Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, we're so glad to have you. Today's video might just change the way you look at some of your favorite fruits, especially if you're over 50. But before we dive in, take a moment to comment below and let us know where you're watching from. We love seeing how far our community reaches across the world. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell. We've got something truly special coming tomorrow that you won't want to miss. 6 fruits you should stop eating after 50. 1. Grapes, a sweet danger for seniors. Let's start with a fruit that seems innocent, but can actually pose serious risks for older adults. Grapes. They're small, sweet, and refreshing, often seen as the perfect healthy snack. You've probably eaten them for years, fresh off the stem, tossed into fruit salads, or even dried into raisins. But as we age, the way our bodies respond to certain foods changes, and grapes are one of those deceptively risky fruits that deserve a second look. One of the biggest concerns with grapes is their sugar content. Despite being natural, the sugar in grapes, primarily glucose and fructose, can spike blood sugar levels quickly. For seniors living with diabetes or prediabetes, even a small handful of grapes can cause a rapid rise in blood glucose, making it harder to keep levels stable throughout the day. And raisins? They're even more concentrated in sugar, making them an even bigger concern. But that's not the only issue. Grapes also pose a serious choking hazard, especially for older adults who struggle with swallowing or have reduced saliva production. Their round, slippery texture makes them difficult to chew and easy to accidentally inhale. For someone with conditions like Parkinson's or after a stroke, even one whole grape can turn into a dangerous emergency. It's a risk that's rarely talked about until it's too late. And there's another hidden danger: potassium. Grapes contain a decent amount of potassium, which is essential for nerve and muscle function. However, for seniors with kidney disease or reduced kidney function, too much potassium can build up in the blood, leading to a condition called hyperkalemia. This can cause muscle weakness, irregular heartbeats, and in severe cases, even heart failure. Now, does this mean you have to give up grapes entirely? Not necessarily. If you don't have blood sugar or kidney concerns, and you don't have difficulty swallowing, eating a few grapes in moderation is generally safe. But if you do fall into any of those risk categories, there are safer alternatives. Try switching to berries: strawberries, raspberries, or blackberries. They're lower in sugar, easier to chew, and packed with antioxidants. If you still love grapes, consider cutting them into smaller pieces to make them safer to eat. Because at the end of the day, enjoying fruit should be healthy, not hazardous. 2. Oranges, when healthy turns harmful. Now, if grapes raise some eyebrows, wait until you hear about oranges, another fruit we've always considered a symbol of health. After all, they're packed with vitamin C, right? They're bright, juicy, and often the go-to snack when you want to boost your immune system. But just like grapes, oranges can carry hidden risks, especially for seniors. And the danger doesn't always show up in obvious ways. For starters, oranges are highly acidic. That means for anyone dealing with acid reflux, heartburn, or gastroesophageal reflux disease, GERD, eating an orange can turn into a painful experience. You might enjoy the taste at first, but later find yourself lying awake at night, battling a burning sensation in your chest or throat. That's no coincidence. Citrus fruits like oranges can weaken the lower esophageal sphincter, the muscle that keeps stomach acid from rising, making reflux symptoms worse. And for older adults whose digestive systems are often more sensitive, this can lead to long-term discomfort or even damage to the esophagus. But that's not the only concern. Oranges, like grapes, contain a high amount of potassium, something that might sound like a good thing until your kidneys stop processing it effectively. Many seniors, even without a formal diagnosis, experience a gradual decline in kidney function with age. When potassium builds up in the blood, it can lead to hyperkalemia, a dangerous condition that causes fatigue, muscle weakness, irregular heartbeats, and, in extreme cases, heart failure. If you've been told to limit your potassium intake, oranges may not be as safe as they seem. And here's one more thing most people don't consider: dental health. The high acidity of oranges can slowly wear away enamel, the protective layer on your teeth. For older adults who already have thinning enamel or gum recession, this means increased tooth sensitivity and a higher risk of cavities. And let's face it, dental problems aren't just painful, they're expensive and harder to fix as we get older. So, what should you do instead? Swap oranges for gentler options like bananas, melons, or pears. They're easier on your stomach, safer for your kidneys, and kinder to your teeth. Or, if you really love oranges, try eating just half and rinse your mouth with water afterward. Because the truth is, even healthy fruits can become dangerous if we don't know what to watch for. 3. Avocados, the silent strain on aging bodies. So we've talked about grapes and oranges, fruits that seem healthy but can quietly work against us as we age. But what about avocados? The creamy superfood that's taken over breakfast tables and Instagram feeds? It's loaded with healthy fats, fiber, and essential nutrients, right? Well, here's the twist. Avocados aren't always the friend your aging body needs, especially if you're dealing with weight issues, digestive sensitivity, or hidden allergies. Let's start with the calories. One medium avocado can pack in over 200 calories. That might not sound like much, but for seniors with slower metabolisms, those extra calories add up fast. Unlike when you were younger, your body doesn't burn through food as quickly, and weight gain becomes easier and more dangerous. Extra pounds put pressure on joints, elevate blood pressure, and increase the risk of heart disease. If you're already dealing with mobility issues or arthritis, that added strain can make everyday tasks even harder. Then there's digestion. Avocados are high in fat, yes, the good kind, but too much fat can still overwhelm an aging digestive system. Seniors with sensitive stomachs or gallbladder issues often find themselves bloated, sluggish, or uncomfortable after eating avocados. That fullness you feel? It might not be satisfaction. It might be your body struggling to process what it's been given. And here's something even more surprising: allergies. Avocados contain proteins similar to those found in latex. So, if you've ever had a latex sensitivity, or even if you haven't, you could suddenly experience itching, swelling, or worse after eating avocado. Food allergies can develop later in life, and most people don't see it coming. One day you're enjoying guacamole. The next, you're wondering why your throat feels tight or your skin is breaking out. Coming off our discussion of oranges, with their impact on kidneys and teeth, avocados might seem like a safer switch. But moderation is everything. Instead of slathering half an avocado on your toast every morning, try a quarter. Mix it into a salad, or swap it out occasionally for heart-healthy olive oil, a handful of nuts, or even cottage cheese. Avocados may be trendy, but for seniors, too much of a good thing can quietly become a burden. 4. Watermelon, a sweet trap for seniors. After hearing about the hidden risks of avocados, from excess calories to digestive overload and late-onset allergies, you might be tempted to reach for something lighter, something juicy, hydrating, and seemingly harmless. Enter watermelon. It's the summer favorite, the picnic staple, the go-to snack for hot days. It looks like the perfect choice, low in fat, full of water, and naturally sweet. But don't be fooled. For seniors, watermelon can carry its own set of silent dangers that hit harder than you'd expect. First, let's talk sugar. Watermelon might not taste overwhelmingly sweet, but it has a high glycemic index, meaning it causes your blood sugar to rise fast. And because watermelon is made up of mostly water and sugar, it enters your bloodstream quicker than fruits with more fiber. If you're managing diabetes or prediabetes, that spike can leave you dizzy, fatigued, and frustrated. Even if you're not diabetic, repeated sugar spikes can slowly chip away at your insulin sensitivity, increasing your risk of developing blood sugar issues over time. Now, remember how we said avocados are heavy on the digestive system? Watermelon presents a different kind of challenge. Because it's so high in water, eating too much can actually lead to fluid overload, a serious concern for seniors with kidney disease or heart problems. Your kidneys are responsible for filtering out excess fluids, but if they're not working at full capacity, that watermelon snack could leave you bloated, swollen, or even short of breath. In cases of heart failure, too much fluid can be downright dangerous. But that's not all. Watermelon can mess with your gut too. While it might seem easy to digest, the combination of high water and a small amount of fiber can lead to bloating, gas, and diarrhea when eaten in excess. For older adults dealing with IBS or sensitive digestion, watermelon can quickly go from refreshing to regrettable. So, what can you do? If you love juicy fruits but want to play it safe, try cantaloupe or honeydew instead. Lower in sugar and easier on your system. Or stick to small portions, about 1 cup, and pair it with some protein, like a handful of nuts, to help slow sugar absorption. Just like with avocados, moderation is everything. Because sometimes the lightest fruits can carry the heaviest consequences. Pos 5. Papaya, the digestive hero that could backfire. So, after learning that even something as watery and innocent as watermelon can lead to blood sugar spikes, fluid retention, and stomach troubles, you might be thinking, all right, what about papaya? It's often praised as a digestive miracle, loaded with fiber, packed with vitamin C, and gentle enough for those with sensitive stomachs, or so we've been told. But the truth is, for many seniors, papaya might not be the digestive hero it claims to be. In fact, it can be just as problematic as the fruits we've already discussed, and in some cases, even worse. Let's start with papain, the powerful enzyme that gives papaya its reputation for aiding digestion. Sounds great, right? But for people with acid reflux, IBS, or sensitive stomachs, papain can actually irritate the stomach lining, triggering cramping, bloating, and even diarrhea. What was meant to soothe your gut could end up turning it inside out, especially if you've already been feeling gassy or uncomfortable after meals. Papaya might not be helping at all. It could be making things worse. Then there's the issue of allergies. Most people don't realize this, but papaya contains proteins similar to those found in latex. That means if you have a latex allergy, or even if you've never had one before, papaya could trigger symptoms like itching, swelling, rashes, or even difficulty breathing. And yes, food allergies can absolutely develop later in life. One day you're fine, the next you're breaking out in hives after what seemed like a healthy snack. And let's not forget the vitamin C overload. Papaya is rich in this important nutrient, but if you're already taking supplements, which many seniors do, you could be getting too much. Excess vitamin C can lead to nausea, stomach cramps, and increase your risk of kidney stones, especially if you have any underlying kidney issues. Coming off our discussion about watermelon and fluid overload, this is yet another red flag. So what's the move? If you enjoy papaya, try a small amount first and see how your body reacts. Or switch to safer fruits like steamed apples, bananas, or pears, gentler on digestion and less likely to cause surprises. Because when it comes to senior health, even fruits labeled super can come with super hidden risks. We'd love to hear from you. Seriously. After learning how common fruits like grapes, oranges, avocados, watermelon, papaya, and even star fruit can impact senior health, we want to know, did any of these surprise you? Have you ever experienced unexpected side effects from fruits you thought were safe? Your stories and insights can help others in this community make smarter, healthier choices. So go ahead, drop a comment below and share your experience. Maybe you've already swapped some of these fruits out of your diet, or maybe this video made you rethink your grocery list. Either way, we'd love to know what stood out to you the most. Also, tell us where you're watching from. It's always amazing to see how far this community reaches. Whether you're tuning in from a small town or a big city, your voice matters here. And if you have questions about fruit alternatives, managing senior nutrition, or other health tips, let us know. We're here to help and support each other. So don't be shy. Hit the comment section and let's start the conversation.